This is where it all started, man. It feels the same as like when I walked in the first day. It's incredible, man. It's home. It's crazy. To really look back and reflect on what Racine gave me, it was showing me what manhood was, it was showing me what community was, it was showing me what friendship looked like, and just all these people had like some type of paint to add to the palette for me to paint this big picture of where I'm at now.
How about this story? Mykel Larrin.
Downside double F and deep pulls it clean. Give it up for Mykel. Just a huge tabletop at 19 foot 7 inches. Yes, Mykel Larrin.
He was always determined. Like, no matter what he put his mind to, he pushed himself through it.
My brother Racine, he became the mark. What about racing, from here to here, see how fast we can go?
So many times I turn a corner and think that I'm further than him, so I go to slow down and no, he's right on my butt.
Always trying to keep up with him so much. My mom encouraged that a ton.
All the kids hung at our house, single parent, but mom to the neighborhood.
My mom's an amazing woman. Bent over backwards and did as much as she could to give us what we needed. Didn't have everything that everybody else had, and it wasn't about that. What's inside, what we have here underneath this roof matters more than, having that brand or having that kind of car or having this kind of house or whatever it was. We had food on the table, and we woke up that morning, and that was more than enough. That kind of humble approach really became a part of my DNA.
4 or 5 years old, Mykel had told me he was going to be a BMX pro when he grew up. And I just went, yeah, dude, go for it. Go for it.
Spring of 1998. It was a Saturday morning, and my mom calls me in, and she unfolds this newspaper, and there was a photo, like a panoramic photo of the skate park. We're driving down, and I could see it immediately. I was like, there it is. The click-clack of the skateboards going from like the concrete, hitting the sheet metal, hitting the wood, and auditory senses were firing on all cylinders. The skate park changed the trajectory of my life. I think it just really unveiled this inner being that I didn't even know existed. And the community that was at the skate park, on top of that, kept so many kids off the street. I wouldn't be the same without it.
Yeah, my mom took me down to Racine and met a lot of good friends from there, including Mykel. I remember the day I met Mykel because I still bring it up to him. The first time I talked to him, he told me that he was gonna ride the XGames someday. I am not kidding you. Within the first sentence of talking to Mykel, he's like, I'm gonna ride the XGames someday.
That's where I met Kuko. And I see him cutting a transition with a skill saw. What are you building the quarter pipe? It's like, yeah. Oh, dude, can I help you? Yeah, for sure. If you want to grab some plywood, bring that over, that'd be a huge help. I'm like, all right, cool.
He's just a ball of questions. What are you doing? How you doing that? And, always laughing. I mean, he would come down here on a skateboard, and he had inline skates, but he would come down here and get on another kid's bike.
Kuko played a big role in getting him places and made sure he had the right equipment, and he was riding like a stock Hoffman 900. Kuko actually had bought him that Hoffman.
He'd already, worked it out with my mom to have me work off half of it. He was gonna take care of the other half. He was like, yeah, just cut your mom's grass. Take care of the lawn. You're good.
My motivation behind it is to give him a work ethic.
For him, meeting Kuko was like the biggest blessing. I seen a change in Mykel when those two hooked up and really bonded.
2001 was the first contest. I see the flyer, I'm like, oh, this is crazy, all right, cool contest. I'm nervous, and Kuko's like, what are you nervous? You do this every day. It's just another day at the park, man. Like, wait, chill. So many people being there and the excitement of the contest, and as one of the city officials that has always been involved in the skate park, and he comes over and he hands me like this medal and puts it around my neck. I'm like, yo, this is like XGames, man, this is crazy. And it just inspired me so much that, not to be the best, but to aspire to be my best. It just took off from there. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to do that again. The creative outlet that I would have at the skate park was limitless. Not only because it was like a little bit newer, but that it was legitimately limitless. You can create whatever you wanted, and it was like a blank canvas every time I showed up, versus
running, I was like, you gotta stay within the lines, you gotta go when they say go, and that's the finish line. And it's like, I don't think there'll ever be a finish line for me in BMX.
He would come down, ride, go home, and then study all night. He was always studying.
I had this very good routine that was set up, and they gave me the opportunity to really like put my nose in the books.
He was always just gung-ho on making sure he had good grades, because he wanted to achieve, being an architect.
There's this one scholarship, turned down all the track ones, and I'm like, I'm going to UWM for architecture, this is gonna be amazing. At that point, BMX really started taking off, and I'm trying to balance off, doing this career in architecture, trying to build that up in my undergrad, and also establish myself with, the competition scene as well. My grades started to slip. What are you willing to sacrifice to get to where you gotta be?
He come to me and he's like, if I do this BMX thing overseas, I'm gonna fail college.
You gotta make the choice to go ride your bike. You never know where it's gonna take you.
You don't just learn things in college. Seriously, you have to go.
I still feel connected to my bike as much as I do when I was walking to the skate park for the first time, going off a curb for the first time. So I think I need to chase that, and I just made a decision. And it opened up this opportunity for me to chase BMX full-heartedly without any reservation. I'm thinking like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And it had a lot of adversity on that, to the point where I was actually homeless. And I was sleeping in my Jeep, and I would still show up to the skate park and try to figure stuff out, like drop out of college, not sure what to do, just kind of like, what am I doing?
I honestly did not know he was living out of his car.
That was life smacking me in the face. This is what it really is, this is what it really takes, and how bad do you want it? 21 years old, Gatorade Free Flow Tour. The necessity of, this is your moment, like Eminem 8 Mile moment, like Mom Spaghetti type situation. Woke up that morning in the Jeep, do the contest. I was in like 18th place, and I do my second run. I was happy, I did everything I wanted to do. In third place, Mykel Larrin. I was like, what? And I was still taking my pads off. I'm like, yo, snap, pull my pants up. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. And this guy yells up from the deck, yo, you wanna ride vert? You got a wild card spot. Go get your stuff, like, what, you're in. An hour later, I ended up winning that contest. How? I'm just a kid from the hood, man, like what?
You can take this and go further with this, so let's go here and try this. Let's ride, let's get you ready for what you want.
I get a phone call. Hey, this is April from XGames. Just want to invite you. Excuse me, what? And she was like, yeah, and I dropped the phone. Say it again? Because I swear you just said what you said. Yeah? And she was like, yeah, you have a spot. Yes.
Mykel Larrin coming up next.
I felt maybe the struggle's over. Maybe I don't have to be worried about being homeless again. Maybe it is past that line, I think time would tell that it would be. The next moment that really stands out to me, Austin 2015.
Mykel Larrin coming your way next, sitting up on top of that roll, and he's working double duty out here this weekend, competing in vert as well as big air.
Mom Spaghetti type moment again. I was like, all right, cool, see what you can do, man.
Oh, with a huge downside double tailwhip, and he lands it. Yes, Mykel Larrin.
That was my first XGames run. That contest. I just have this recall back of being such a young kid and my mom calling me in to show me on TV, the skate park being built for the first time, meeting Kuko, going to these contests, doing the free flow tour, all these different moments, like just hyper real, just wow, boom, now we're in this moment, and they're saying that on the intercom. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I got to this point.
He's starting to live his dream. The thing he told me when he was 4, it's coming to life. I don't even want to say I'm proud of him. I'm in awe of him.
An amazing experience, watching him grow up and helping to raise him to be who he is today. As a friend, as a mentor, as, I guess, a father figure to him, I couldn't be more proud. And all the steps that he has taken to where he is today. I still call him a kid, because to me, he's still a 10-and-a-half-year-old kid.
I'm glad that he kept listening and kept going. It didn't let me, even when I stopped, it didn't stop him. It motivated him more to go, okay, well, you can't follow with me, so I'm gonna go do something so that we both can look back on later on, and I'm very proud of what he's accomplished.
growing up, Mykel didn't have much. I mean, it was all or nothing for him. And I think like that mentality, like, I got nothing to lose. I think making the choices that he did and being the human that he is, I knew for a fact he was gonna go all the way.
That's what I'm chasing. The character that's produced in those moments, I get to keep that.